Hey, Vicky, how's it hanging, girl? Whoop-dee-doo, it's me, Louise. You know, your childhood friend and favorite person in the whole wide world. Favorite person in the world? Like hell, seriously? You must be dreaming if you think that. Sure, we might have known each other as kids, but I wouldn't go as far as calling us friends. I regret the fact that we were even acquaintances, so the words Louise and friend most certainly do not go in the same sentence. How can you be deluded enough to believe I actually like you? I mean, geez, you were annoying even when we were kids. You say all that, my dear, but actions speak louder than words. You didn't block my number, did you? Which can only mean you think of me as your best friend in the whole wide world and can't bear the thought of a life without me in it. Believe me, the thought of a life without you in it sounds like paradise. No, the only reason I didn't block you yet is because I know you're so screwed in the head you'd go insane if you couldn't check up on me with your trivial, nonsensical messages every 5 minutes. I promise you, if the thought of you doing something crazy if I blocked you wasn't so terrifying, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Jeez, Vicky, how about you, take a chill pill for once? Anyways, I wanted to ask about that guy you started dating lately. I heard the rumors. Is it true? If so, I can't believe the Vixter finally got a boyfriend. How long has it been now? You know how long it's been, and why exactly has it been so long? Or did you forget about how you got involved with my last boyfriend 2 years back and ended up causing a bunch of drama that led to us breaking up? Huh? No recollection. Nope, I don't know a thing about why he dumped you after a steamy romp with a mystery girl down the alleyway by your house. Oh, so you're still proud of it then? You really are beyond saving. How many of my boyfriends have you interfered with by now? I literally lost count of how many of my relationships you screwed up. But it won't be happening again because I'm finally free of you. It was hard for me to muster up the motivation to even look for a guy with the thought of you sticking your nose in and messing things up for us, niggling away at me in the back of my mind. Anyway, will that be all? I don't want to speak to you. Hey, wait, I'm not done yet. There's so much I want to know. I have some other things to deal with, and my life is pretty hectic right now. Stop trying to give me even more stuff to worry about with your irritating nonsense. Hey, Vicky. It's about that stuff we talked about before, about your boyfriend. For God's sake, Louise, what do you want now? I have enough on my plate without you bugging me. I don't need this right now. You know how much I hate you, don't you? Don't you? Please, just leave me alone. The only reason I reply to your messages at all is because I know there's a pretty strong chance of you coming to my house and causing a scene if I don't. But believe me, you're the last person on the planet I want to speak to. The truth is, you're not even worth a second of my time, and I'd really, really appreciate it if you'd leave me alone. This is exactly what you always do. You have such a funny way of insulting me. It cracks me up every time. You're the most unintentionally entertaining person I have ever met. Huh? What? Like, it makes me want to annoy you just to see what kind of crazy reaction I'll get. You're like the nerds in school who I used to get into trouble by quietly annoying them in class until they flipped out and got told off by the teacher. You seriously have a personality disorder. How can you not realize what a despicable human being you are? It's like, will she be hot? Will she be cold? Will she be needlessly and hilariously aggressive? Every time I speak to you, it's a roller coaster of emotions because I never know what kind of Vicky I'm gonna get. My God, you really are a pain in the ass. Fine, if that's how it is, I'm only gonna reply to you when I feel like I absolutely have to from now on. Huh? And so what if you do show up at my house? It just dawned on me that all I have to do is not answer the door and it's like you magically don't exist. If you do anything crazy, I'll just call the cops. Problem solved. The cops? As usual, you don't appear to have anything serious to talk to me about this time either, so we're officially done here. Wow. Stop being so cold, you big meanie. This is no way to speak to your childhood bestie and favorite person in the whole solar system. Let's chat some more, Vicky. Vicky. Besides, I want to hear all about your new boyfriend. Damn you, Vicky. Hey. So you really do have a new boyfriend, huh? I had a feeling it was true. So it's him, is it? He is so my type. What should I do? I can't help but feel a mega hunk like him is wasted on someone like you. Is it finally time to make my move? Vicky. You just gonna carry on ignoring me? As your childhood best friend and favorite person in the whole universe, that makes me feel super duper mega lonely. But what you don't know is that blanking me like this has cost you something you hold very dear, something you'll never be able to take back. You don't know what it is yet, but you will soon. Should I give you a hint? It's about the thing you seem super reluctant to talk to me about. You know the one. You'll be happy to know my investigation proceeded swimmingly, and I found out everything I needed to. Who knows? The day I can finally reveal the good news could be just around the corner. I mean, I'd love to tell you if you finally replied to my messages, but we both know you're too damn stubborn to be an adult about this. Oh well, get excited, girl, because you're in for the surprise of a lifetime. You are so gonna want to reply when you hear this. Listen, Vicky, the thing is, I did it with your boyfriend. He was super forward with me. He really is macho, huh? Me and him have such amazing chemistry you wouldn't believe. It's like we were made for each other. And guess what? He says he prefers me to you now. He said, baby, I'll never let you go until the day we both die, with this hypnotized, spellbound look on his face. Isn't that romantic? I've been wanting to do this for ages. You have no idea how good it felt to hear him say that. Sorry for stealing your boyfriend again, loser. Huh? Hello? Can you read? I just said your boyfriend told me he likes me more than you. Louise, I don't have a boyfriend. Huh? I'm replying to you now because I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, and I'm mildly concerned you might have done something you might end up regretting. Seriously, who are you talking about? Oh, stop it, Vicky. I know that hunk you're always with is your boyfriend, so there's no point in trying to hide it. Who I'm always with? You always walk with him before and after work, right? I've seen you together. That was until recently. I bet he stopped talking to you all of a sudden, right? Am I right? That's because he's been spending all his time staying at hotels with me. Your eyes would pop out of your head if you knew about all the steamy fun we've been having together. And that's not all. When I asked him about his job, he said he was the son of the president of the company you guys both work at. There was me thinking I was just stealing your boyfriend, but I accidentally bagged myself a future CEO. I never cease to amaze myself. Anyway, now I know how rich he's set to become. I just have to marry him. Don't get in our way, okay? I know this is gonna suck big time for you, but it's time to accept you weren't good enough and move on. This guy you've been seeing, is his name Kelvin by any chance? Yep, like I even need to say it. You know exactly who I mean. Why ask me that, you dummy? Don't pretend you didn't know. Louise, I need you to calm down and listen to me. What? Kelvin used to be my stalker. Huh? There's no doubt about it. He is the son of our company's president, and it is looking like he's going to be the new CEO one day. But that doesn't make him any less dangerous. Huh? Dangerous? What do you mean? Oh, wait a sec. I know exactly what this is. I get it. It must be painful to have yet another boyfriend stolen by me. But our souls are connected now, which means I know him better than anyone. So your desperate lies aren't gonna wash with me. My Kelvin, dangerous? Give me a break. I've never heard anything so ridiculous. Don't say I didn't warn you. Yeah. If you have the time to be jealous over my boyfriend, why not do something more productive with your grief and look for a new one of your own? Yo, Vicky, where do you think I am right now? You'll never guess. I'm in Guam. Kelvin brought me here on a vacation. Also, I quit my job. Me and Kelvin getting married is pretty much set in stone at this point, so I figured there was no sense in me carrying on working my office cubicle job. When I told him I was bored with all this new free time I had on my hands, he brought me on vacation to Guam. Can you believe what a sweetheart he is? Wait, what am I saying? Of course you can. He used to be your boyfriend. Anyway, that's not all. Guess what? He paid for us to stay in the VIP suite at the top of the Duples Group Hotel. Oopsie. Looks like me and your ex are madly in love with each other and set to spend a week of steamy romance in luxury paradise. I would never have imagined my plan would go this well in a million years. Sucks to be you, huh, Vicky? I'm the happiest girl in the world. Vicky, help me. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I never expected this to happen. No. Vicky, please, this is terrifying. Shut up. You're making my phone buzz like crazy and it's annoying me. Let me guess, your relationship isn't going as well as you thought it would? My relationship? No way, I broke up with Kelvin ages ago. Oh? I found another guy on a higher salary than him, so obviously I did what any girl would do in that situation and started dating him instead. But Kelvin won't stop following me. Wherever I go, he's there. Things were going so great with my next husband candidate. Or at least they were, until Kelvin showed up while we were out to dinner and caused a huge scene in front of everyone and screwed everything up. He is ruining my life. I spend every waking moment in fear of what he'll do next. What the hell is with him? He's actually deranged. Good grief, I knew this would happen. Huh? I told you he was a stalker. I told you clearly and explicitly that he was stalking me and you chose to ignore it. How can you act surprised when he turns out to be a clingy weirdo? Wait, what? You were being serious about that? Why else would I say it? I thought you were just bad-mouthing him to get revenge on me because you were salty about being dumped. Whatever. From my perspective, this can only be a good thing. Thanks to you luring him away, he seems to have totally given up on me. He hasn't bugged me in weeks now. You have no idea how grateful I am for what you've done for me, Louise. He was making my life a living hell. What? But why didn't you tell me this before I got involved with him? I did. I told you he was dangerous. Go on, scroll up and look through the messages. It's all there. You're the one who ignored me and insisted you knew him better than anyone. You have no one to blame for this but yourself. How does the saying go? You made your bed, now lie in it. Oh my God. Fine, you were right. I admit it. You can have him back now. You will take him back, won't you? Excuse me? If you can tempt him back into your arms, he's sure to leave me alone. Don't you think that's a good idea? Tempt him back into my arms? What the hell are you talking about? We were never dating to begin with. Huh? So why were you together every single day? How can a guy and girl spend every single day together and not be dating? That's just weird. We weren't together. He was following me for the millionth time. What? We got put on the same team on a project at work a few months back. I guess he took a liking to me because he hasn't left me alone ever since. Well, until you came along and saved my butt, that is. Maybe in his mind he really was my boyfriend, but I can assure you, in reality, he most certainly was not. To me, he was nothing but a source of stress and a royal pain in the ass. Well, in that case, you must know how I feel. Help me. Nope. Why not? Because I despise you. Even in spite of that, I was still kind enough to try and warn you. It's not my fault you ignored me. I have no obligation to help you anymore. Get out of the mess you made by yourself. Oh my God! Vicky, I can't do this anymore. What should I do? Does this kind of crap actually happen outside of movies? Please respond, Vicky. I am begging you. I'm barely eating or sleeping with all the stress this psycho is putting me under. I know you'll help me if you know how bad my situation is. You're a kind person, aren't you? I'm serious. This is bad. I'm pregnant with Kelvin's baby. Hello? What should I do? You're the only person I have to rely on. My parents are no use. They divorced a while back when they both found out they were cheating on each other, and they're locked in a vicious divorce battle right now and don't even have time to talk to me. I don't have any brothers and sisters. I don't speak to any of my relatives. You're the only one I can rely on. My childhood friend, Vicky, please. I thought I was your favorite person in the world. I am begging you to help me. I'll do anything. Vicky, I'm begging you. Please respond. Vicky! I was in the middle of a drinking party with my work buddies when Louise started spam calling me. Due to a funny coincidence, Kelvin, the source of all her recent problems, also happened to be there. And in an even more amusing coincidence, my coworker, who was sitting right next to me, unintentionally caught a glimpse of the "Kelvin got me pregnant" message. By this point, my coworker was wasted, and before his rational brain could stop him, he yelled, "Kelvin, Louise is pregnant!" at the top of his lungs in front of all of our coworkers, causing an epically embarrassed Kelvin to make a dash for the exit and disappear faster than you can say, "Oopsie." I'm not so clear on the details of what happened next, but what I do know is that Louise and Kelvin got engaged the very next day. At a glance, you might be forgiven for thinking Louise is marrying him for the money, what with him being the CEO's son and all. But in reality, the drinking party was actually a farewell send-off for Kelvin, who got demoted and transferred to another branch after being found to be abusing his managerial position by taking bribes at work, meaning any hopes he had of becoming CEO were dashed against the rocks in a heartbeat in magnificent and hilarious fashion. I suspect his dad, the CEO, would rather have fired him, but the president's son being fired for accepting bribes would have been a PR disaster. So he opted to demote him to an irrelevant position at a rural company branch instead. Word has it that he took a major salary hit, which means the luxury lifestyle Vicky dreamed of will remain but a dream. The reality of her mistakes must have bared down on her heavily when she realized she was set to spend the rest of her life in financial austerity with a stalking weirdo in a small house built in the middle of nowhere.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Kylie, I need to know when you intend on standing on your own 2 feet for once. It's time you learn to be independent, young lady.
Huh? Stand on my own 2 feet? Be independent? But I haven't lived with you for years now, Mom. Besides, I've been sending you a monthly allowance for God knows how long. I don't want to be rude, but surely if either of us are independent, it's me.
Don't get clever with me, girl. It's funny you should mention the allowance, actually, because it's actually that I'm upset with you about. You've been lying to me this whole time, haven't you? You've got some nerve to do this to your own mother.
Lying to you? Me? What the hell? About what?
I know it was really your little brother Oliver sending me my monthly allowance all along. He finally confessed to me in floods of tears that it was him sending me $1,000 a month for these last 12 years. It might look like he's not working at a glance, but he actually works from home. And it turns out he makes quite a lot of money. Did you know that? What a little star my boy is.
That's the first I've heard of it.
But because he's so kind, generous, and big-hearted, and because he thinks so much of you as his big sister, he went out of his way to send you the money, so you could send it to me from your account and take the credit out of sympathetic consideration for your unfortunate position. In doing so, he made it look like the money was coming from you all along. I can't believe he went so far out of his way to protect your dignity. Oh, that's my Oliver. He's really the kindest boy there ever was.
My unfortunate position? I don't even... Hang on, Mom. Wait a sec. Do you actually believe him? I can't believe anyone would fall for a lie this obvious.
Don't be silly. There's no way my darling Oliver would ever lie to his mother. The boy's an angel, and I won't have anyone tell me otherwise.
That boy? Mom, please. He's a 26-year-old man who lives alone in his perpetually dark bedroom, surrounded by empty potato chip packets and questionable amounts of used tissue paper. Will you just stop and think about this? Oliver was a kid in middle school 12 years ago when the monthly allowance payments started. He didn't get his first part-time job until high school. Even if this working from home stuff is true, exactly how do you suppose he came up with $1,000 a month for those first few years when he was a child?
Good grief, Kylie. When will you ever realize that it's exactly this kind of obsessing over minor, trivial details that causes people to find you insufferably boring?
All I'm doing is pointing out the inconsistencies in what you're saying. But I see. So this is how you speak to me after I send you $1,000 a month for 12 years, is it? All right, I understood. You believe Oliver unconditionally, no matter what he says, never questioning a thing. But with me, your default response is to treat me like a liar. I mean, it's not like I was doing it because I wanted you to be grateful. I did it because you're family, and I figured I didn't really mind having to tighten my belt and be careful with my spending if it meant helping you out.
Oh, please. Stop pretending like you're some saint, dear. You're making me feel physically sick. Drop the act and admit it. I know it was your little brother sending me $1,000 a month all along. I have nothing to be grateful to you for.
I see how it is. Well, in that case, I'll let Oliver carry on with the payments directly, since you obviously don't need me to be involved with them at all. Just to be clear, you don't need me to have any further involvement in the payments, is that right?
Yes, that's right. Fine, I'll leave everything up to your brother from now on. Actually, it's probably for the best. I think this is probably the best way to stop that ego of yours getting overinflated. You're so useless, so why don't you do me a favor and disappear?
Sure thing. You know what? That actually works great for me. I feel like a weight has been lifted off of my shoulders. Goodbye.
Hey, is that my scumbag big sister? This is your big brother, and the supreme master of your life. And I have a direct order for you. Starting from next month, you're gonna start adding an extra $500 onto the monthly $1,000 you've been sending to Mom's bank account. And also, and this part's important, you're gonna start sending it directly to my bank account instead. I told Mom it was me sending her $1,000 a month indirectly through you this whole time. Let's face it, Mom's gonna be way happier living with me. I was always her favorite. You can think of the extra $500 as a thank you for my troubles. Oh, and by the way, if you're feeling extra generous and want to help out your awesome little bro even more, you're more than welcome to bump that extra $500 up to $1,000 or $2,000. Alright, I'm counting on you, sis. The payments start next month. Do I make myself clear? Sweet. Alright, peace! Hey, is that my rotten, filthy, stinking sister? You were supposed to start sending me that money today. I just checked my banking app, but nothing went in. Is it bugging out, or are you just being a lazy dumb slacker who can't even remember what day of the month it is? If it's the second one, stop lazing around and see to it that $1,500 goes into my account as soon as goddamn hacking possible. Get a move on, bitch. Hey! Mom won't stop nagging me about her monthly allowance money. Where is it? Hurry the hell up before I get seriously mad. You're the biggest blockhead, dumb bitch loser I've ever met in my life. This is why you never trust a woman with anything involving money. Is it any wonder Mom hates you when you act like this? Get that 1.5k paid directly into my bank account by first thing tomorrow morning.
Kylie, hurry up and send me this month's $1,000.
Excuse me? I thought we agreed Oliver was going to send you it himself directly from now on. Why are you asking me for money all of a sudden? I thought you didn't need anything from me.
It's not that I don't need it, actually. I'm doing you a favor by allowing you the privilege of sending me the money again. You know, it's not good to rely on your brother to do everything for you, right?
You're doing me a favor.
Yes, that's right. Me and Oliver have decided that that's what's best for your personal development. I hope you're grateful to your amazing little brother. He's been very kind to you, you know. There aren't many people who'd let you take the credit for sending their mother $1,000 a month. Now he says he decided to actually let you take over with the payments for real. Instead of tossing you in the garbage where you belong, he's very kindly giving you the opportunity to prove yourself as a decent, respectable human being and finally serve a purpose to this family.
You'll have to forgive me, but I'm a little confused. I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
That's fine, dear. You might be too dense to understand what I'm talking about, but all that matters is that you take over from Oliver with my $1,000 monthly payments. I'm sure you'll figure out what's going on before long. Listen, forget all that. Don't overexert yourself with too much thinking. Just send me my $1,000 now. Oh, that reminds me. You'll also be sending Oliver $500 a month, won't you?
Why would I do that?
It seems like your darling brother's been coming up with all sorts of ways for you to prove yourself as a respectable human being. Think of sending him $500 a month as your way of saying thanks.
Oh, it's fine. He doesn't have to help me prove anything.
What?
I already decided to leave everything involving the money to Oliver. Even if neither of you see me as a respectable human being, I seriously couldn't care less.
Kylie!
I guess you could say my feelings regarding anything involving the two of you have become numb. Dad died 3 months after I moved out after getting my first job. And with that, you had to buy groceries and pay the rent with no breadwinner. I couldn't just leave you to fend for yourselves. So out of a sense of duty to you as my family, I scrimped and saved. And I did everything I could to get you that $1,000 for 12 years straight. And to think this is how you repay me? By treating me with contempt and disdain? Like I'm a piece of dirt on the bottom of your shoe? I guess you could say my eyes were opened, and now I can see you for what you really are.
What are you talking about? All we're talking about here is you taking over the payments for my monthly allowance that Oliver has been taking care of until now. You've been free to do what you want all this time while your brother bore the burden. All I'm saying is that the gravy train is coming to its final stop, and it's finally your turn to pull your socks up and pay your dues to this family. You only have yourself to blame for this, my dear. Do I make myself clear? This is your fault and nobody else's. If you understand, I suggest you send me my $1,000 as soon as possible. Oh, and send Oliver his $500 while you're at it. If I don't see that money by tomorrow, I'll have no choice but to call your company and demand that they start paying your salary directly into my account. Kylie, what's going on here? Is it true that you quit your job?
Huh?
Remember how I told you I'd have your boss send your salary to my bank account instead of yours if you failed to pay up the $1,500 you owe us? Since I didn't get my money before the allotted deadline of yesterday, I had no choice but to give your boss a call. And when I did, he told me you quit your job ages ago. I can't believe you'd quit your job just to get out of paying me my monthly allowance. You're rotten to the core. You disgust me. Oh my God, this means you're unemployed, doesn't it? You better not think you're allowed to come back to this house to leech off me just because you can't afford to feed or clothe yourself anymore. You better not go begging to your brother Oliver for any money either. You're on your own now.
Was the company you phoned called Dunkin' Food Products by any chance?
Yes, they're the company you got a job with after graduating high school, if I remember correctly.
Yep, you remember correctly, but I quit that place half a year ago.
Huh? Half a year ago?
I read about crypto trading online a few years ago and thought it looked like fun, so I figured it wouldn't hurt to put aside a tiny chunk of my salary every month to play around with the markets. Things went way better than I expected, and I eventually got so good that other people online were asking me for advice. I decided to set up my own crypto trading advice forum. Before long, I was making more money than my old job and no longer had the time to balance them both, so I quit Dunkin' food products.
Wait, you did? Hang on, dear, what's a crypto?
I won't bore you by going into detail, but let me give you a simple explanation. It's the future of global finance. I won't pretend to be a millionaire yet, but things are going very well, and I'm making way more money than I ever was at the food company, so I saw no reason to stay.
Ah, that's fantastic, dear. So the $1,500 you owe me and your brother shouldn't be a problem then.
I have one more announcement to make. I'm getting married.
Married?
That's the other reason I quit my job. My fiancé's a guy I met at the company. He's Japanese, and he was only ever at our branch as part of a temporary work placement. He's heading back to Japan soon, and I decided I'm going to go with him and start my new life in Osaka.
You're marrying a foreign person?
Yep, that's right. All of my work is online, so I can do it from anywhere. But sadly for you guys, me and Takeshi are going to have to be careful with our finances, what with moving countries, running a household, and managing my company. So I'm afraid I don't have a single cent to spare. Please, get the money from Oliver like we agreed last month.
Fine, whatever. It's not like it's the end of the world. I guess Oliver does earn enough that he's been paying me $1,000 a month for the last 12 years. I suppose if that means a tragic failure of a human being that is my good-for-nothing daughter disappearing from both our lives for good, then I should be thankful.
All right, great. So we agreed that Oliver will be taking over your allowance payments, and I'll never be speaking to either of you again.
Fine by me.
One more thing. The contract on this phone is set to end the day I leave America, so you won't be able to contact me after I leave for Japan.
Yep, whatever. I have zero intention of messaging you anyway, so who cares? All I need is my dear beloved son Oliver. The two of us will be fine without you.
Right. Bye.
Hey, is that my bitch sister? What the hell is this crap I'm hearing from Mom? You're not gonna pay her allowance? What are you doing? Not only that, but you're moving to Japan? What the heckin' heck are you playing at? I knew you liked anime, but I didn't know you were this much of a weeb freak. You're free to go wherever you like, but let me make one thing clear. You will be paying me and Mom our allowances. $1,500 a month. No, $2,000. Actually, $2,500. Yep, that's right. I'll very kindly let you off the hook for your abominable behavior for the low price of $2,500 a month for the rest of your life.
Why does the amount keep going up?
Haha! There you are. You finally replied. Where's my money, bitch?
Oh, that's strange.
What is?
According to what Mom told me, far from being the unemployed neat loser I thought you were, you're actually a high-rolling home worker earning a fat paycheck with nothing but your laptop. The $1,000 I foolishly thought I'd been sending to Mom every month for the last 12 years was actually coming from you all along, right?
Huh? No. Wait a sec. That's just the story I told her.
But me and Mom just agreed that she didn't need me to send her money ever again. And she said she's totally fine with you paying her that $1,000 a month from now on. She disowned me and agreed to never speak to me again.
She did what?
You've always been on her side, right? So naturally, this automatically means me and you will be cutting ties too.
What? No. If you do that... Oh my god. The monthly allowance.
You make big bucks working from home, right? You've been paying Mom $1,000 a month for the last 12 years, right?
No, that was...
Anyway, I'm a little busy right now. See ya.
Kylie, I need some money, please. Oliver's been lying to me. He lied to me about everything. He said he lied about working from home to put my mind at ease. In light of the little white lie he told me in good faith out of consideration for my feelings, I hereby nominate you once more to pay me my $1,000 a month allowance. Now hurry up and get that money into my bank account. Please. I had less than $100 when I last checked my balance. Things really aren't looking great for your mother here, dear.
Ah, Mom, good morning.
Kylie.
The contract on my phone's about to end.
What? Now?
Me and Takeshi are leaving for Japan tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
All right, I'm gonna turn it off now.
No, Kylie. Please. Wait.
Goodbye forever. I heard everything I'm about to tell you from my Aunt Sylvie, who received a desperate SOS message from my panicking mother at 2 a.m. in the morning. Apparently, my mom and Oliver drove out to Denver Airport in a crazed rush to try and track me down, and were picked up by security after running around the terminals, accosting strangers to ask whether they'd seen a woman with red hair and an Asian man. Aunt Sylvie said the plan was to stop me from leaving for Japan, but in the usual fashion, they hadn't stopped to think about the consequences of their actions. They realized the gravity of their situation when it dawned on them that they'd spent my mom's last $100 filling up the car with gas to get to the airport, and were now stuck hundreds of miles away from home, having no choice but to call Aunt Sylvie begging for help. The funniest thing is, we left from Phoenix Airport. Unbelievably, my mom even asked Aunt Sylvie to take over the monthly allowance payments, which Aunt Sylvie naturally declined. She called them lazy bums, told them to go to the job center, and totally abandoned them for their sheer brazen arrogance. By some miracle, both my mom and brother managed to find low-paying factory work, and now their status as poverty-stricken debt grovelers is all but confirmed. To make matters even more hilarious, the fact that neither of them have ever had a job before means they spend every day stressed out and angry at their boss, their coworkers, and each other, and most appropriately, themselves. Last I heard, they spent every day spewing profanities and making empty threats at each other in a beat-up house with a severe cockroach infestation.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Rita, are you there? I have something extremely important to talk to you about. Is now a good time?
Good evening, Victoria. Is this about my husband, Bartholomew, by any chance?
Huh?
He's at your house right now, right? Or rather, you pretty much abducted him and dragged him there in broad daylight. You've got some serious nerve to get involved with the husband of one of your mom's friends. You were plotting to get your claws into my husband while chatting to me with your phony friendliness outside the kindergarten this whole time, weren't you?
Ah, I see. So, basically, you already know about mine and Bartholomew's passionate and undying love for each other?
Passionate and undying love? I think you mean your act of shameless betrayal and infidelity. Hearing you try to paint something so base and disgusting as something beautiful and pure is super creepy and genuinely makes me want to vomit. So I'd appreciate if you could refrain from doing that, at least while talking to me. Are we clear? Great.
Oh my God, you're horrible. I can't believe you're profaning our love with your bitter, hateful words. Just because you're Bartholomew's wife doesn't give you license to say whatever you want to me, you know. You might be upset with me, but I'm still a human being. I'll never forgive you for this.
Why the hell would I care if you forgive me or not? Give me a break. No matter how much you dress up your words, no matter how harmless and innocent you try to make what you're doing sound, the bottom line is that you're engaged in an affair with a married man, and you should be ashamed with yourself. You're nothing but a cheap, two-bit cheater. You can say what you like, but you can't deny the fact that you're a dirty, low-life scumbag with no morals.
It's only normal you'd be upset after what happened, Rita. But you should know that me and Bartholomew are very, very serious about each other. It's just like they say, you don't choose who you catch feelings for, right? For all I care, you can get so angry and worked up that you turn bright red and steam starts coming out of your ears. But will it change anything? No. Me and your husband fell for each other, and that's that.
Whatever. Will you at least send him back here to me for now? We can't discuss where we go from here if he's hanging around your place all day.
Does that mean you're going to discuss divorce with him? Yippee!
Now hold your horses, Victoria. First of all, whether we divorce or not depends on how Bartholomew responds to the cat being dragged out of the bag. Besides, we have our daughter to think about too.
Woohoo! So it's decided then. Divorce, divorce, divorce. Yay! Yeah!
If thinking that makes you happy, then be my guest, sweetie. Anyway, will you send him back now? We'll be stuck in a stalemate forever if you don't.
I suppose you do have a point. Okay, I think I can just about tolerate not being with my stallion for a little while, if it means getting him all to myself for eternity afterwards. Just don't go forgetting Bartholomew's heart belongs to me. Me and only me. Rita, do you have any idea how lonely I was all alone without my Bartholomew last night? I very kindly let you have him back for a little while, so I think you at least owe it to me to get these discussions out of the way promptly, so I can have him back as soon as possible. It might be a bitter pill to swallow, but it's about time you accepted the fact he no longer has any feelings for you whatsoever, and his heart belongs to me now. If you do anything to tear us apart, I'll never forgive you.
Bartholomew, where the hell are you? Can we just stop this crap already? I get that you got scared and escaped in a panic when you heard I found out about the affair. But this has been dragging on for way too long now. It's been 4 damn days already. How long do you intend on playing these stupid games for? Victoria said you're not at her place. You do know that you'll still be paying me for compensation whether we divorce or not, right? There's no way you're getting off the hook here, so why not just be a man about it and face the consequences of your actions? If you keep running away and ignoring me, I'll get my lawyer to charge you for even more compensation. Is that what you want?
No, please. Gah, just give me a break already, woman.
Wow, you finally replied. So you are still alive. Well, where are you right now?
Well, I'm staying in a business hotel near the station by 5th Street.
Wow, have you been staying there these whole last 3 days?
Yes.
And who's paying for your stay?
You are.
For God's sake, Bartholomew, you're unreal. Don't think you're getting any freebies out of me. I'll be adding every cent of what you spent on my credit card into the compensation.
No, please don't do that. I'm already struggling enough as it is. Oh my god.
If you're so worried about the compensation, I suggest you don't want anyone with half a brain would do. And hurry the heck up and get your ass back home, now.
Rita,
Save it. I don't want to hear it here. You can say anything you need to say to me when you come home. I want you back at this house within the hour. Do I make myself clear?
Okay.
Victoria, there's something I need to confirm with you.
Oh well, would you look at who it is? Do you have some good news for me, sweetie? Have you finally decided to divorce?
To be honest, that is most likely the direction things will be moving in. But before we discuss that, I've been doing a little independent investigation. You know, about yours and my husband's relationship. There are a few things that just didn't sit right with me after he confessed everything. To be more specific, I've been doing some digging about you, Victoria. I'd like to make sure there are no contradictions or discrepancies between what you tell me and what I found out. Would you mind answering some questions for me over messages while I take notes?
Sure thing, sweetie. Knock yourself out. Where shall we start?
First of all, I found out that you have a husband, and he's currently out of state on a temporary work placement. You're still not divorced, are you?
Huh? Well, yes. That's right. But don't worry, I intend on divorcing him as soon as me and Bartholomew get the go-ahead to tie the knot.
How long have you been seeing my husband?
I think it's been around a half a year now. That's when Bartholomew started dropping off and collecting your daughter from kindergarten, right? It was around that time that we started running into each other. And before we knew it, we'd fallen madly in love with one another.
It didn't just stop at kindergarten, did it? I know he was visiting your house from pretty early on, too. Where was your son when my husband was there?
I left him with my parents. They live on 6th Street and love watching over little Tommy. You see, my mother-in-law has always been a hard-faced old bat with me, but she spoils Tommy like it's no one's business. She's probably lonely with her son being out of state for work, because she always jumps at the opportunity whenever I ask her to babysit. I almost feel like I'm the one doing her the favor. She's been a lifesaver when it comes to arranging steamy fun time with your husband.
I guess I am at least relieved you haven't been exposing your son to your depraved behavior. Every cloud has a silver lining and all that. But I can't help but feel bad for your mother-in-law.
Huh? Why on earth? She doesn't need your sympathy.
Why not? You're using her as a tool to enable an affair with another woman's husband.
Don't be ridiculous, Rita. It wasn't like that at all. Actually, I planned this out so that everyone would benefit in the end. Listen to me. Everything I've done has been carefully contrived to ensure that when I marry Bartholomew and divorce my husband, he gets full custody of Tommy. Think about it. I never have to worry about looking after him again, and the boy gets to be with his favorite side of the family. Everyone wins. It might seem strange to you, but this is my way of showing Tommy I love him.
That's so messed up. I don't even know where to start. So it's fair to say you plan on fully abandoning your custodial rights to your son then?
Yes, exactly. Me and Bartholomew plan on having lots of children of our own one day. The last thing I need is a leftover kid from my last marriage getting in the way of our happiness, you know?
I see. All right, I understood. Thank you for your honesty. There don't seem to be any contradictions here.
I told you, didn't I? Me and Bartholomew are in love, and that's all there is to it. In his eyes, I see the stars above. My heart beats for him, my dearest dove. Oh, I can't wait for us to start our new lives together.
You can keep your creepy, vomit-inducing love poems to yourself, thanks. To be honest, I could care less about how you feel for each other. The only reason we're having this conversation is so we can reach a settlement on the affair, and I can put all this crap behind me.
Oh, stop it, Rita. Why do you have to be so salty and bitter about all this? I'm trying to work with you on here. There are no hard feelings, you know. He just chose me over you. That's all. I don't see why there's any need for all this hostility. Me and Bartholomew are...
I don't want to hear it. We'll never agree on this, so let's just agree to disagree and save ourselves a bunch of unnecessary trouble. To be honest, you're kind of annoying.
And you're a big, horrible meanie.
Anyway, you'll be receiving a visit from my lawyer over the coming days.
Huh? Your lawyer?
Yep, my lawyer. I figured it'd make more sense to leave the compensation to a professional, even if it is going to be a little costly. In the end, I can take his fees out of the compensation anyway.
I suppose that makes sense. In any case, I'm not worried about the compensation. I have a feeling that a certain someone will take care of it all, my share included. I think you probably know who I mean.
Is that so? Interesting. Anyway, I just had that certain someone sign the divorce papers and booted him out of the house.
Huh? Wait a second. What?
It's your turn to take him in now. Good luck.
Hang on. I don't even... Wait. Surely you should be the one being booted out.
Of my own house? Don't be ridiculous.
The house belongs to you? I see. Actually, you know what? It's fine. Whatever. Bartholomew will be mine forever and ever from here on out. So what do I care if we have to let go of a poxy little house?
Goodbye, Victoria.
Hey, Rita. Thanks a bunch for finally divorcing my man. You're a star. Bartholomew just got done paying my share of the compensation. Not only that, but he also agreed to pay child support for Tommy when my ex-husband won full custody of him. In just 100 days' time, me and my hunky stallion will be officially married. Oh, I can't wait. Rita, I finally got my knight in shining armor. This is every girl's dream. Toodles, sweetie pie. Hello, Victoria. I have the most amazing news. Me and Bartholomew officially got married today. Sure, we might have been officially together for a whole 3 months now, but I must say, there's something truly magical about having that ring on your finger. We're so happy. It's like a dream, a fairy tale.
Did you really go out of your way to unblock me just to brag about getting married? That's kind of sad. I guess I may as well ask you if this is you unblocking me.
What? Oh, this should be good. Go on, sweetie. What is it? What is it?
Where are you guys living these days?
In the same apartment I've always lived in. My ex-husband took Tommy to live with his parents, so I stayed and carried on living here as normal.
Wow, you stayed there?
Yep, and this is where things get really good. Now, me and Bartholomew can finally start our married life, full of joy, romance, love, and passion. We both got disowned by our parents and told never to contact them again. But I guess it's a small price to pay for a true love as special as ours. It's kind of romantic when you think about it, right? The love that overcame all adversity. They should make a movie about us.
Damn, well, this is awkward. Victoria, there's something you should know. Your ex-husband told me this when they took Tommy to live with his folks after the divorce, but that apartment is being rented in his name. And you have a deadline to be out at the end of this month.
Huh? What?
Did you change the name on the tenancy or something?
The name on the tenancy? Wait a second. I don't think we went through any procedures or anything. I just kind of carried on living here.
If you don't know the details, wouldn't contacting the landlord and asking him be the intelligent thing to do? You know, since your entire living situation depends on it.
Oh no, we have to be out by the end of the month? This just won't do. I have to tell Bartholomew about this, and we need to find somewhere else to live. But really, this is exciting. You know, it's not every day a girl gets to move into a new apartment with her new husband. I know. I'll flutter my eyelashes and get him to buy us one of those new luxury high-rise apartments near 8th Street, with the view overlooking the bay.
Sure. Go ahead, Pumpkin. You're free to do whatever you like. Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to mention.
What is it?
What exactly did you have your sights on when you got your claws into my ex-husband?
Huh? No. It wasn't like that at all. He might make $150K a year, but that's not important to me. I just wanted to marry my darling so we could be together forever.
Huh? $150,000 a year?
When two people are madly in love like we are, money is insignificant. The fact that he makes $150,000 a year is just an added bonus to our love. Or rather, it just so happens that the man I fell for is also filthy stinking rich.
Victoria? I'm the one who makes $150,000 a year.
What?
I did think you seemed a little confused about some things, but I had no idea you'd make a misunderstanding of such epic proportions.
Wait a second. What are you talking about? No way. This can't be. You work a regular part-time job, right? How could you possibly make that much money?
Sure, I do work part-time on the register at a supermarket, but my family runs a lucrative real estate business with properties extending across the whole country and with offices abroad. I help out with the management of the estate branch.
A real estate business? And what's Bartholomew's role at the company?
He doesn't have anything to do with it. Not only that, but he's pretty much unemployed right now.
Unemployed?
The company he'd been working for these last 10 years went bankrupt after a whistleblower blew the lid on some shady borrowing practices 10 months ago. What with the way the world's been going recently, he said he wanted to use his redundancy as an opportunity to get into working from home as a freelancer. The early days were always bound to be rough. Everyone knows it takes time to establish reliable contracts as a freelancer, so I never expected him to start raking in the big bucks immediately. Fortunately, I made more than enough with my real estate work, so support us both. We'd agree he'd increase his share of the housework and looking after our daughter in return for me supporting him while he looked for work. Things went great at first, but then he met you and started having an affair. And to make matters worse, he started using the time he should have been putting towards looking for work to meet up with you in secret. As a result, he continued to contribute precisely nothing to the family finances for several months on end.
Oh my God, no way. You mean Bartholomew still doesn't have a job?
I don't know for sure, but surely if he lives with you, you'd know if he was working, since he's supposed to be working from home and all.
Oh my God, but I never seen him do anything that looks like work. This can't be. So what about my share of your compensation? What about the child support payments to my ex-husband? How did he pay for all of that?
I have no idea how he came up with the compensation, or how he continues to keep up with the child support payments, but there is one thing I'm confident about. He's up to his ears in debt.
Debt?
Which is why I have a feeling you guys are going to be in serious trouble if you don't both start working soon.
You mean he lied to me about making $150,000 a year?
I can't categorically state that he was lying.
Why not?
Just before we divorced, I asked him if you ever asked him about his salary, or whether he ever told you anything about how much money he makes. And sure enough, he told me you asked him how much he brings in per year just before you started the affair.
Yes, that's right. He told me he was making $150,000 a year.
You see, the figure he gave you was actually his household income.
Household income?
This was just after he lost his job at the company and was still trying to get established as a freelancer working from home,
which meant he was barely making anything. Naturally, he was never going to admit that to you, so he probably felt like he had no chance but to answer with our household income. But that's not important to you, right? You truly love each other, so whether he has money or not is of no importance, right? Oh my God. Your love for him is so pure that you'll accept him regardless of his financial situation, I'm sure. So not only does he have no money, but he's also unemployed and up to his ears in debt? I can't believe this is happening to me. Good luck with paying off his debt as a couple. No way. This all has to be some kind of sick joke, right? No! I can't believe Victoria actually thought Bartholomew made $150,000 a year. It's both tragic and hilarious in equal measure. Something tells me him paying her share of the compensation and covering the child support payments to her ex-husband were instrumental in pulling the wool over her eyes. But later on, after doing some asking around, I found out he got a hold of that money by going into debt with his friend, who was a successful stock market trader. Apparently, Victoria tried to lure his affluent friend into bed when she found out about his riches. But unlike Bartholomew, his friend had a sense of honor and dealt with the shameless gold digger in seconds. Naturally, he told Bartholomew about what his wife had tried to do behind his back, and before long, the two of them got a divorce. Apparently, Bartholomew demanded she pay him back every cent of what he paid to cover her share of the compensation and child support as one of his conditions for the divorce, resulting in Victoria ending up in tens of thousands of dollars in debt. Hilariously, she begged her ex-husband to take her back in desperation, and Bartholomew pleaded with me to give him a second chance. But of course, we both refused. Both of them got disowned by their parents, too. Last I heard, they're both working like dogs while living in rundown, cockroach-infested apartments in soul-crushing isolation to keep up with their debt repayments.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.